I enjoyed your pictures, Kelly. I enjoyed your pictures.
I like the part where you were in bed by 9:15 and decided to get up and go party.
I didn't see that one.
She goes, she'd been barking the next day, and she goes, well, I was in bed by 9:15, but then I got up and decided to party. I could sleep on the plane. She said,
that's right. You gotta do it.
You never did. How long was the trip? How long did you go? Plane ride?
The first flight was like 8 hours. Barcelona to Florida. And then, like 2 hours at that place for 2 hours. And that was
You flew back into Dayton.
And I had to stay at the hotel room 6 minutes. Because I thought, oh, I just I'm not sure if I was going to have it. I looked to mom and dad's. It's hard. Like, I could travel here by myself and then they say stuff like, well, don't forget to lock the door, and, don't forget, like,
They think you're 10.
Yeah. I do that same thing in my grant.
oh,
Yeah. Make sure you order your pills and this time and you didn't last time.
so my progress is good, like I used to say, I know that, I used to say that, I know that, now I'm just like, I'm going to say something now, but I'm just going to say something.
Andy, Teresa,
And then
hi Heather.
And then I'm moving now towards this.
Andy, but Angie. Andy, spelled different. That's right.
No, they can't know.
I miss having a mom and dad.
No,
Heathery Lane, like, think of it like a heathery lane, it's a flower.
Yes.
Flower, really is a bush.
Mine's been gone a long time.
I'll take it. It's something, too funny. So think of a heathery lane, like a heathery lane, like heathery with a Y, lane, L-A-N-E. Rhea.
I got a present for you.
Oh, thank you. I cleaned the kid.
Oh, you don't?
I know you did. I think it is, but hell.
I did use it. I had to zero some, but then I had those big bottles that kind of would fall over when they were in it. So that would probably work. Yes, the other world traveler is here. Lucy is not. Are you recovered from the time difference? Yeah. Like waking up. And now I'm wanting to sleep. And like last night I was like that at 8:30 p.m. I couldn't stay up in my shirt. So when I came back from Europe, I was in bed half the time. I could not. Were you? Yeah. Until we had recently. Well, it's going to take me more than 3 days. I think to get up and play at least 3 days to even feel half the Saturday, Sunday.
All right. Good morning. Well, good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? I think Kevin's looking for somebody to play soccer ball with. She got a special ball on the road to the bank. Yes, life is bouncing and she's just going with it. Well, you ready to start the service?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's stand up and we're going to sing a song by Denise Rosier. Oh, Spirit is in this place. Sorry about that. Welcome, everyone. Yes, Spirit is in this place. Yeah.
And her name is Heather.
Okay. I'm so glad that you made the choice to be with us today. Just glad you're here. And take a look at our vision, mission, purpose. Where do you have? They found it for you. Okay, good. Okay, our vision. We are one with all expressions of life. We are always evolving as we live in harmony with Spirit as our source. We respond to the eternal call to know the expansiveness of who we are, one with the divine and all life. We feel it, we believe it, we live it, and we share it. Oh, it's my arm. Are you all right? I just want to worry about
What is happening?
I mean, this one here was handmade for me by one of the kids in the youth center. So wouldn't want to break that one. Okay, our mission. The Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Dayton Teaching Center, works to meet the physical and spiritual needs of the community through offering education and experiences aligned with the teachings of Science and Mind, sponsoring community building activities and engaging in sacred activism within our local community. And our purpose: Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Dayton Teaching Chapter is a community offering compassionate support as we learn to love regardless of conditions. We come from many faith backgrounds, and through the teachings of Science of Mind and Spirit, we grow, learn, and heal. As we discover the higher power within, we manifest our best lives and create a world that works for everyone. Yes. And let's see, do I see any kids here right now? I do not see any kids here. Okay, so in that case, we're going on to the announcements. Do we have the announcements?
Yeah, okay, we got
You got the announcements?
and they're right up there.
I just read them
Oh, okay, Michael's in the announcements.
Thanks, Michael.
Right.
We work together.
Okay. So we will have yard work on Saturday, October the 4th from 9 until 11. See Teresa if you have any questions.
Use the help.
Yay.
Meditation, Wednesday evenings at the center here at 7 p.m. as well. Teresa heads that up, so if you have questions, concerns about that, please see Teresa. Our morning reflection is Monday through Friday from 8 until 8:15. It is by Zoom only. If you have questions, please see Andy. And then our next carry-in following our service will be Sunday, October 12th. Celebrating members' birthdays for September, October, and November. And then I do not know what my affection with this word is, or my affliction with this word is, but I can never say this right. Sophigio. Okay. I'll get it one day. On my own. But Sophigio tuning fork sessions are available here at the center. Please contact Sarah for more information to schedule. And the number is on the screen as well, but it's 326-202-5393. And then our Eat, Play, Love. Sign up to attend an event. Please see Jean Talent or Sherry Buckner if you have any questions. Do you want to say anything? Or are we good?
I think that's, yeah. If you have any questions about any of the events, please see us, or there's paperwork back here on the table.
Yes. So yes. Please see Jean or Sherry. There is paperwork back on. Is it this table or is it the main table?
Over here, the small.
The main table under the welcome sign. So, Chick Flick, Waitress, and Pie Therapy will be Saturday, October the 11th from 6 until 9 p.m. What a wonderful movie that is. If it's the one that I think it is. Okay. Yes. Okay. A meal will be served with a large selection of various pies, and the suggested donation is $25. Then we have an evening with a medium and a meal. An individual mediumship demonstration. That will be Saturday, October the 18th from 6 until 9 p.m. A light meal will be served. Suggested donation for that is $30. Is the evening with a medium, is that here at the center?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just wanted to make sure.
And it's really good, by the way. It's really good. Barb does a really, really good job of that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, then for our fur babies, we will be having a pet blessing on Saturday, October the 4th from 11 until 2 p.m. Please join us for a blessing of our precious fur babies. Dogs must be on a leash, and cats and other animals in a crate or cage. If your pet does not travel well, you may bring a picture or a collar, a favorite toy, something personal to that pet to be blessed. Then we have a second part to that sort of is a pet memorial, which will be held on Saturday, November the 1st from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. So please bring your family and your friends for this healing event. Both events, correct, Sarah? Both events will have brads.
Yeah, Brad's on the go,
Okay.
a brisket and bourbon chicken.
Ooh. So at both events, we will have Brad's on the go food truck. They will be here to sell lunch and snacks. I did not see the both dates on there before I asked. So, and Brad's on the go comes highly recommended. And then our October fall birthdays. So, as above, so below. So all of our senses are enlivened by its splendor and joy, its beauty and wonder. So happy birthday. So myself,
Yay!
thank you. Heather Janey, Kelly O'Keefe, and Jean Powell. So, if your birthday isn't on our list, please let us know. We would love to celebrate with you. I think we are back to some more higher mind band music with Becky.
Can I add one
Feature.
thing?
Sure.
Just to let everybody know, we're gonna take Nick Gambino. I think I can talk loud enough, but we're gonna take Nick Gambino out to lunch today at TJ Chumps. And so if anybody wants to go along and let me know, and I'll try and get a call into them and give them safe seats, but just letting you know.
Thank you.
It'll just change.
All right, here we go.
I know, but I texted Nick. He didn't answer.
We're going to be singing a song written by Faith Rivera and David Roth called Here and Now. We're gonna turn this trickle into a flow, saying hello to a new life. Gonna let the riches in my life grow. Now it's my time. This is my time to be everything I dreamed I could be in my life. And I know that prosperity starts in my life. Here and now, here and now. Now I dive right into a sea of joy, going deeper to my treasure, and I drink in every fresh
onto this, and then she pulls it, and then I'm like, okay, she's in the yard. That's where she is with the kitten. All right. Yeah, okay. So, please join me for prayer. Please, we're just going to begin our celebration service. I'm so sorry. Go ahead. Please join me in prayer. Let's just take a collective breath in, breathing in, and then exhaling. Let's take another deep breath in, breathing in, and then exhaling. How good it is to know and to be and to feel that God is right where we are. We are in this power and this presence and this love and this light. And that we are whole, complete, and perfect. Because that is our divine birthright. We have been birthed out of that wholeness, that perfection that has created this most magnificent, beautiful, living, breathing, sacred planet. That same energy, that same power is what has created ourselves and that divinity. There is no way to be separate from God. God is imbued down to the core, written in our DNA. We are the beloved. We are the power and the presence of spirit because we contain within ourselves that divine guidance and wisdom and clarity. We live from that place of abundance because that too is our birthright. We are abundant children of God, living from a place of love, living from that overflow of magnificence. And so I know that this power and this presence is divinely orchestrating this service together. It is through our beautiful, beautiful band and Becky's magnificent voice. It is through Andy's talk today, through her words that touch us deeply, that we can use and utilize throughout the rest of this week. It is what is anchoring us to know the peace that resides within us, and also the peace that resides in the world, actually. Knowing that love, and knowing that light, and being the light in the world that we each are, that is what shifts the consciousness of this planet and the United States. Knowing it is in divine order and divine right action. This time together of unity, because that's the truth. We are one with all people, no matter race, no matter skin color, no matter religion, no matter sexual preference. We are all united in that magnificent diversity because that's what makes our planet beautiful. And I give such thanks for this because it is absolutely the truth. And I know that it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you, God. And together we say, and so it is. And we light this beautiful candle. I know it's going to light. It is. See, and there's light. There we go. Thank you. Thank you, Michael. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your help. We all need that. The reading today. Oh, Fred Rogers. I'm taking Linda's place. She's not feeling well, so we're just going to hold her in love and light today, okay? So at the center of the universe is a loving heart that continues to beat and that wants the best for every person. Anything that we can do to help foster the intellect and spirit and emotional growth of our fellow human beings, that is our job. Those of us who have this particular vision must continue against all odds. Life is for service. That's really beautiful. Please welcome Miss Andy Hawk to the pulpit.
Thank you so much, Mona. Found they had these neat things in the social hall. They have these covers here that'll turn a cup into a sippy cup. It takes me, I feel like I'm still like 2 years old. Sippy cup, it's amazing. Oh, yes. Well, how's everybody doing? Yay. Okay, well, I'm going to start, kind of set the tone and all, with a letter that came out about a week and a half ago from home office from Reverend Dr. Sonny Cantrell, who's our spiritual leader. And it's going to talk about some current events, but we're not dealing with the current events. The purpose is to look at the response that we have to them. So we're not trying to get dwelled up in them. But it's called Sacred Oneness, a call to heal divisions. Science of Mind teaches that all life is one. A divine unity binds together every person, every event, every moment. In this understanding, separation is illusion. Our thoughts, words, and deeds are powerful. And what happens to one part is what happens to all. Life is sacred, and each act of violence wounds the whole. Today we witness an alarming rate in gun violence in the United States. We see this oneness deeply violated. As of September 11th, 2025, there have been 301 mass shootings in the U.S. In 2024, there were 503 mass shootings. It is difficult to understand this amount of violence. In Minnesota this year, 2 state legislators were assassinated in their homes. And they were targets of political violence that puncture the idea of safety in public service. Also in Minnesota, on August 27th, 2 young children were killed and dozens more injured in a school shooting at Annunciation Catholic Church in Minneapolis, where a gunman opened fire during morning mass. Now, in another shocking act of political violence, Charlie Kirk, conservative activist, was fatally shot while speaking in Utah Valley University. On the same day in Evergreen, Colorado, a student shot 2 other students and then himself. The 2 wounded students were hospitalized, one in critical condition. We are living in a moment where isolated incidents no longer feel isolated. The oneness of life means that when politicians or public figures are shot or children die during school mass, all of us are touched. All of us suffer in some way. Such events shake our sense of community and our spiritual peace. From the teachings of Science of Mind, we are called to more than grief or outrage. We are called to raise our thoughts, to hold an inner peace, justice, and compassion. We are being invited to act from the realization that we are all in this together, and that no one is free until we are all free. We are called to speak the truth with kindness, to support measures that promote safety and dignity, to heal the divisions that let violence in. We must continue to struggle for justice, equality, inclusion, and belonging if we truly envision a world that works for all. Dr. Ernest Holmes said in a radio address on August 6, 1950, "But faith without works is dead. We should not only pray, we should act, each contributing the best that they have to the common purpose, each willing to make any sacrifice necessary, not a sacrifice reluctantly, made by one who offers all that they may have for 2 great purposes. One, a certain sense, a selfish one, for we all desire self-preservation, but the other, a greater sense, that there can be no individual self-preservation without the preservation of all. Let us come together across differences of party, belief, and religion, and pray for the United States and for all places in the world where political, cultural, or religious strife is impacting lives. Pray for the children and for the wounded students, the families torn apart, Pray for our politicians and leaders that they may find courage, wisdom, and compassion, that they may put down weapons of division and instead collaborate for the good of the United States. I pray we be moved by love. I pray we remember our oneness in every act, every word. I pray peace increases and violence is diminished. I pray that we are rising now to the moment, united, compassionate, and whole. And signed, standing with you in love, Reverend Dr. Sonny Cantrell Smith, CSL Spiritual Leader. Looks like we have a little bit of changing to do in the world. And that's why I chose to talk about this topic today. It's a pretty big job. But what if I told you that we could change the world in 3 steps? I'm not going to say 3 easy steps, because it's never easy, but these are simple, if not easy. Number 1 is to know the truth. That's what it's all about, know the truth. What Ernest Holmes says now, what do we teach? It's very simple. God is all there is. There isn't anything else. There never was, and there never will be. That is what I am. There is nothing else I can be. I am compelled to be that. So if God is all there is, how the heck did this world end up the way it is now? I mean, we've got war, we've got poverty, we've got injustice, we've got violent crimes, hunger, disease, inequality. How did we get from God is all there is to this? I think we need to know the truth to bring us back from the edge. Because knowing something other than the truth is what got us here. Ernest Holmes said, man, by thinking, can bring into his experience whatsoever he desires, if he thinks correctly, and becomes a living embodiment of his thoughts. This is not done by holding thoughts, but by knowing the truth. So what is the truth? Let's look at truth versus facts, first of all. Like on the news, we get facts. And for the most part, we hope they're true facts. But that's different from the truth. Because the truth is the divine nature, which contains positive qualities, like love, peace, and joy. And I'm going to look at these positive qualities for a minute. Because I talked about this a little bit before, but I want to go into it a little bit more about positive qualities. There really are just positive qualities. And the examples, the classic examples that I like to use are light and heat. They are positive qualities. Now we have these other qualities called dark and cold. But the thing is, there's really no such thing as dark and cold. They don't exist. They're just words we use for a lack of light or a lack of heat. And we can prove this by looking at how a refrigerator works, for example, because a refrigerator does not put cold into our food. A refrigerator removes heat. That's how they work. They take the heat and put it out. That's why the back of the refrigerator is warm, but when you touch the door, it's cold, because all that heat's going out of the refrigerator. And we need these positive qualities to be healthy. Because without them, we have some rather unfortunate responses. Without heat, we freeze. We need that heat. Without light, we can end up in depression, we can get vitamin D deficiency, we can bump into things. All kinds of bad things can happen without light. Without peace, which is another positive quality, we can have stress, anxiety, PTSD. Without love, have low self-esteem, anxiety, relationship issues, all kinds of things like that. Without prosperity, we have poverty, we have hunger. So whenever there is a lack of positive qualities, we end up with some rather unfortunate consequences. Now, God is all these positive qualities. That is what God is. I mean, God is exactly those things that we need in order to be healthy and happy and prosperous and all. I mean, people sometimes talk about God like God is the big man in the sky. I think God's more like this big Aretha Franklin in the sky, singing, "What you want, baby, I got it. What you need, you know I got it." Y'all okay? If you hear me sing, you answer my question. But to really change the world, we have to do more than just know the truth. We have to embody it. We have to embody these positive qualities. We have to take it to the next level. Embodiment is when it becomes so much a part of you that it's like it's actually part of our body. Like if I embody joy, that means that I'm just so filled with joy that it's like joy comes right off my body like it's there all the time. Or if I embody love, like maybe some folks that I've talked with that have met the Dalai Lama have said, well, he just embodies love. It's like it's just coming off of his body. And that's what we have to do, is just embody those positive qualities. And that's going to set us on the way toward changing the world. In Rocky Horror Picture Show, Dr. Frankenfurter said, "Don't dream it, be it." Anybody seen Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Yeah.
Don't dream it, be it. I've got to stop singing. I cannot sing. But that's it. We got to just take these positive qualities and reflect on them and dwell on them so that they just become a part of us, so that we're just living the truth of God. We're living those qualities, and then they're going to spread. So we're not just dreaming about them, we're embodying them, we're making them part of ourselves, and we're knowing them for the whole world. Now, that was step 1. Step 2, treat for it. And I don't know how many people here are familiar with spiritual mind treatment. I'm going to go through it quick. I'm going to go through it fast and dirty. That is for anyone who's new here, that is a name for the form of prayer that we typically use in Science of Mind. We can use all different kinds of prayer, but this is our main creative prayer. And now I taught spiritual mind treatment about a month and a half ago or so to the kids in the back. It's easy enough you can teach it to kids. So in addition to using the fancy word for each step, which Ernest Holmes used, I'm also going to use the name for that step that I used with the kids. And that way we can get it a lot easier. The first step in spiritual mind treatment is recognition. Or the easy name is God is. It's God. The step is God is, because that's where we recognize the truth of God. See, there's only one presence in the universe, and it's in and through everything because we are all one with God. So that presence must be in and through ourselves. Ernest Holmes said, this presence manifests itself in and through all forms, all people, all conditions. This presence is life itself. Its nature is love and givingness. So in that first step, we're just going to be aware of these divine qualities, which are love, peace, joy, abundance, all those positive qualities. That's where the positive qualities come from. They come from the fact that they are the qualities of God. And we just see which one fits. Like if we're treating about a war, that we're just heard about war, we'd probably take peace, and unity, something along those lines. And there's not a wrong way to do it. It's not like I picked the wrong quality. If it works for you, it works for you. But just to see which one of these divine positive qualities goes with that. If we're treating for someone that's afraid, then we can know safety, security, peace, joy, all things like that. But that's what we're doing in there, is we're knowing what the truth of God is. We're knowing, because that's the ultimate truth. I just know that God is peace, God is life, God is love, God is goodness. And the nature of God is love and giving us, so God is always ready to give us what we treat for. God doesn't hold back. And so that's what we're looking for, is we're looking for that positive quality. And then in the second step, the technical term for it is unification, but in kids' talk I call it God and I are one. God and I are one, because we are one with God. We're one with the divine. Richard Rohr, who's not even Science of Mind, said true spirituality is not a source for perfection or control or the door to the next world. It is a search for divine union now. We are one with God. It's not just any kind of symbolism. It's not just any kind of literary device like we feel like we're one, or we wish we were one. No, that is really true, because if God is all there is, if it's all God, then we can't help but be one with God. There's nothing else to be one with. All that's left is those negative qualities that aren't real, because they're just the absence of the positive qualities. So we're one with God. And then from there, step 3, realization, or easy language, I am. I am. And that's just an if-then. It's really simple. If God is love, and I am one with God, then I'm love. It's that simple. There's nothing more complicated than that. If God is peace, and I am one with God, then I am peace. If God is health and wholeness, and I am one with God, then I am health and wholeness. Step 4, thanksgiving. Or thank you. And the thing I like about Thanksgiving, not the turkey, not that kind of Thanksgiving. What I like about Thanksgiving is the fact that when do we give thanks? Well, when you're a practitioner, you give thanks all the time. but typically, people give thanks when they got something. They give thanks when something happened. They give thanks when it's a done deal. That's when you give thanks. You don't typically give thanks before you get something. And so I think the importance of giving thanks also is to see what we're treating for as something that's already happened, something that we can give thanks for, because we know so completely that it is the truth, and that we can just give thanks just as if it's already happened. I just give thanks for this. I'm not going to be conditional. I'm not going to be like, well, if you can come through with this, then I'll say thank you. No, it's thank you. And then we release. Step 5, or I let go. We release it, we allow it to be, we take our hands off, we know it's already done. Classic analogy is seeds in the soil. You plant seeds, you don't dig them up every day to see if they're growing. You release, you let go, and you know that the seeds will grow. We got to take our hands off of it. I had a German teacher in junior high. They used to use this expression all the time, and I think with that, finger weg. And finger weg is German for fingers away, or something. It's about the equivalent of hands off in English. And just say, finger weg. And I will say that to myself when I start trying to dig up the soil, when I start trying to question the treatment, and think, finger back, finger back. I read something interesting though when we start thinking about how to know that it's going to happen, how to know this treatment works, how do we know that it's working. This is Father Greg Boyle, and he says on a podcast the other day, I said, love never fails. On a podcast the other day, I said, love never fails. And the interviewer said, our listeners are going to think you're naive. And I thought, well, I don't know how to prove that love never fails, except to say, I think that if anybody stops to think about how it's been operative in their life, they realize, in fact, that in the end, it's never failed. If it feels like it has, it's just not the end. Somehow we don't have confidence in it. We think it's more savvy to not embrace love somehow. That your head's in the clouds at a time when we need to be doing some things that are concrete. I don't think love cancels out concrete action. This is a sort of marriage of contemplation and action. And I love that. The marriage of contemplation and action. It's coincidentally another priest I'm a fan of, Father Richard, that I mentioned earlier. His center out in New Mexico is called the Center for Action and Contemplation. And that's really what it is. We know that love never fails. God is love. And it's going to be okay. Then step 3. As we were talking about action and contemplation, take action. Step 3. James 2:14-17 says, what good is it, my brothers and sisters, if someone claims to have faith but has no deeds? Can such faith save them? Suppose a brother or sister is without clothes and daily food. If one of you says to them, go in peace, keep warm and well fed, but does nothing about their physical needs, what good is it? In the same way, faith by itself, if it is not accompanied by action, is dead. We say, a lot of times here in Science of Mind, treat and move your feet. We're normally talking about when we're treating for something for us when we use that. Talking about, well, because it's easy to look at it that way. Okay, so if I'm treating for a new car, then go out car shopping. Or if you're treating for a job, then go fill out some job applications. But it also works if we're treating for others, if we're treating for society. If you're treating for everyone to be fed, go out and volunteer helping out at a soup kitchen or at a homeless shelter that has a kitchen. If you're treating for peace in war-torn regions, maybe make some contributions to relief for that particular area. Do some action. Richard Rohr, Father Richard, said, most of us were taught that God would love us if and when we change. In fact, God loves you so you can change. What empowers change, what makes you desirous of change, is the experience of love. It is that inherent experience of love that becomes the engine of change. If we love others, if we love the hungry, we love the homeless, we love the folks in the war-torn areas, we love folks in this country that are in areas of turmoil. If we love them, the natural outcome of that love is to do something about it. And I mean, there's something to be said for good intentions, but I've got to sometimes wonder if somebody is always saying how much they're concerned and praying for people in trouble and never does anything to help them. What's going on in their head? How sincere really are they? And there are a lot of reasons to work for change. I mean, we can feel duty, we can feel anger, we can feel frustration, but I think doing that with love is what makes it easiest to keep going. In the groups I'm involved in, I've been working with for a couple years now with the LGBTQ plus youth center that we are creating in this city, and we are. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it here yet because the ink's not on the paper, but we're really close to having a physical location right now. Just found out about that earlier, a couple days ago. But I'm just so excited about that. But that's some of the things I've been doing is working with that. I've been working with some other Q+ organizations also. Now, there's an interesting statement that Ernest Holmes said that I want to look at here. Ernest Holmes said, and this is in the Sermon by the Sea, "Find me one person who is for something and against nothing, who is redeemed enough not to condemn others out of the burden of his soul, and I will find another Savior, another Jesus, and an exalted human being." Now, what he's saying here is that he's proposing we should be for good and supporting good without opposing what's wrong. However, I think it's important to note that Ernest Holmes as a person, he's not another Savior, another Jesus, and he didn't consider himself to be another Jesus, and that he certainly did a lot to oppose injustice. So I'm not saying we should stop being against things that are wrong, but just I think the point he was making when he said that is to focus more on what we want than on what we don't want. Because if we're focusing on what we don't want, that's what's getting our spiritual energy. We in effect end up like we're treating for what we don't want. If all the time in our head we're always thinking about poverty. Oh, poverty, there's too much poverty. Poverty is all around. I saw some people in poverty the other day. The poverty rate is such and such. Well, if you're so obsessed with poverty, then that's what you're doing that treatment on. But to say, well, we so many people that I'd like to help to be more prosperous, people that need our help, that we can help to elevate to a higher standard of living, and doing it, I think it makes a big difference there. It doesn't mean we should be living in a world of illusion and saying, oh, hunger in this country? What hunger? I don't see any hunger. No, not at all. We recognize the problem, but then we turn to the good and we focus on that. We focus on making a difference, not on bemoaning the problem. So that's it's all about love. Q+ Youth Center, I was talking about, we're loving those kids. We're not just combating the statistics that say that all kinds of negative health outcomes are higher among Q+ kids, from eating disorders to depression to even the choice to take one's own life. We're not focusing on that. We're focusing on loving the kids. We're focusing on teaching them positive ways to deal with the stress that's going to come up in their lives because of being different. For Christmas, we're going to have some opportunities to give at Christmas. We're going to be giving to our partners in Choices again at the fostering agency and helping some of their young people that are aging out of the foster program and are needing some supplies to start their life alone. I know when I was heading off to start my life alone after I got to college, my mother was holding me down. Here's some old pots and pans I have. You can use those. Here's the old plastic china from downstairs. China plates from down to the basement. You take them too, and take this and take that. These foster kids have nothing like that to happen. They have nobody to say, here, take all this stuff. Here's a set of sheets. Here's some pillows that I got. Here's all that stuff. And so we're really going to make a difference there. Also, we got some animals we're going to be helping. Animals certainly need help too. So, just have to ask, are we ready to know the truth, to know that God's truth is the truth for ourselves, for our communities, and for the world?
Yes.
Yes. Are we ready to do treatment
Yes.
around that truth, manifest it for ourselves, for others?
Yes.
And are we ready not just to treat, but to move your feet? To
Yes.
be ready to take action?
Yes.
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 I read this once before, but I'm going to read this in closing also. This is the prayer of St. Francis. And we just had the feast of St. Francis recently. It says, Lord, actually, use the sippy cup again for me. Sippy. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me bring love. Where there is offense, let me bring pardon. Where there's discord, let me bring union. Where there's error, let me bring truth. Where there is doubt, let me bring faith. Where there is despair, let me bring hope. Where there is darkness, let me bring your light. And where there is sadness, let me bring joy. O Lord, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that one receives. It is in self-forgiveness that one finds. It is in forgiving that one is forgiven. It is in dying that one awakens to eternal life. Let's turn within. Just know that the divine is filled with all of this good. Just know that God is the heart of a servant, that God is filled with love, peace, joy, compassion, and understanding, connection. I know that God cares. I know that God feels empathy. And I know that God is filled with all the answer to this. God is that big Aretha Franklin. God does have what we need. And what everyone needs, which is that peace and love, that joy, that abundance, support, health, wholeness, all of that. All good things. They're all things that we need and some people need somewhere. And I just know that we are the manifestation of God. We are God in expression. We are God moving, God creating, God doing the work. We are God feeding the hungry and knowing that they're fed. We are God healing the sick through medicine, through care, through all means. We are God bringing joy, bringing love, bringing peace to all those who need it. manifestation. We are God in action. We are the hands and the feet, the heart of God. And I know that we are ready for the task. For God is always ready. God's love is always ready to give. And I know that this is also our truth. We are also filled with that spirit of givingness, filled with that compassion, that the givingness of God extends onto us and through us to others. And I know that this is making a difference. I know that though we sometimes find it hard to see it, though it happens slowly at times, but things are improving. They're improving here, in this country, they're improving throughout the world. The needs are being met. Care and compassion are being shown. Communities are being built. Support is being given and received. For this is God in action. I give thanks for this. I give thanks that God is there. I give thanks that God is love. I give thanks that God moves and works through us. I give thanks that we are able to help each other, to serve each other, to love each other. I give thanks that we are that perfect support, that perfect body. We're all that one body. I release this. I release it into the law. I know it's the truth. And I know that the truth is God, and that God always brings forth that truth. Because that's what God is. So I know that I can just release it and let it be, and so it is. So it is.
Thank you. We're going to sing a song written by Stu and Kathy called "A Candle in the Mirror." I'm a candle, you're my mirror. I see my light shining in your eyes.
was right here. It was right here in my hand. And then you came and showed me my reflection. And you changed my whole direction. I'm a candle, you're my hero. I see my light, it's shining, shining in your eyes. A teacher like you are a special gift. And I thank you for your life. I'm a candle, you're my hero. I see my light, it's shining, shining in your eyes. A friend like you are a special gift. A love like you are a special gift. A child like you are a special gift. And a teacher like you're a special gift. Someone like you are a special gift. And I thank God for your life. I'm a candle and you
Marge. I think of Marge. She was my teacher. Does everybody remember Marge?
Yes, yes.
She changed my life. And the day I came here for her funeral, I call it funeral, I don't know what to say, or her celebration of life, it changed my life. I came, I made a little speech in front of everybody. It was scary as hell, because I don't get up in front of everybody and make little speeches every day. But she changed my life, and I just knew I had to come. Once I heard it, you were saying, I just so happened to be listening to the service, the Zoom service. I mean, it was a magical moment because it just happened that I was looking at my phone at exactly the time that you said she died that day. She died that very day, right? And I knew I'd come. I had to come because Marge Russell, her middle name was Bess, and I added the LED, blessed, because she was a light. And I knew when I first came to this church and I heard the word light, God is light, I was like, what is that? Well, I knew because I'd gone to therapy, and from therapy I came here. I got kicked out of therapy. And I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't tell people you got kicked out of therapy. But I did. And the next place I came was here, to this church, because Gene Faudrey, you all heard this, if anybody heard the speech, was everybody here at Marge's funeral?
Yeah. Yes.
Who all was here? Raise your hands. Who was here? Most of you. Oh my God. So, I know God is here. I know God is with us. That what you said today, I missed a little bit of it because I went back there to see these guys because I was wondering, why did they leave? Why did they go back there? Like they always leave. They should listen. They should stay here. But yeah, she was hungry. She said, I get it. So, and they're here, and I said, yeah, you can look at it on Zoom later. But anyway, I found this ball the other day. It was it was in the street, and I was like, damn it, I'm going to be late to the bank. And it rolled out in the middle of the street, and I thought, okay, should I swerve, or no? But I ran right over it. It ran under my car. I looked in the rearview mirror, and it was gone. I was like, it's stuck under my car. Well, hell no, it shot up straight up in the air from my car. So what time is church over? Okay, we're going to go a little longer. Because God is saying, Heather, speak to those people. Let them know your truth. Let them know your truth, okay? It's okay to cry. God is real. God is real. God is light. I never got that part. I never got the part, God is light. Do I get it? Well, maybe. I'll talk to you later about why God is light.
but it's true, I guess, right? So I found the ball. So the ball ran under my car, and I thought the ball was lost. You know, darn it, I would have liked the ball. I like balls. I'm gonna say lesbians like balls. Anyway, I leave the bank. All right, I go in. It just took a few minutes. He said, "Can you get here early?" I had a problem. I call him my brother. Anyway, went over. He saw my problem. I leave the bank. What do you know? The ball is still on Far Hills, running down in front of me. The ball is still there. So what do? I pull over. I open my door, I get out, I follow the ball, I'm chasing the ball down the street, I turn around, everybody's lined up behind me. They could have gone around my car, I still don't get that one. But anyway, got the ball.
Wilson!
And I'll get the lights. I'll be able to tell you next week what the light's about. What God is light. I guess because the sun
Heather, thank you for sharing very much. Remember that light that we have that we see in others is a light that they see in us. So that light that was Marge is a light that's reflected in Heather. And the light of one another, we see that reflected in ourselves, and our light's reflected in theirs. So, how cool is that? Yeah. Heather, thank you.
Thank you all. Yes, thank you, Heather. Thank you, Becky. And now it's time for our conscious giving. And there's several ways you can provide your tithe or gift to CSLGD. You can mail it. 4100 Benfield Drive, Kettering, Ohio, 45429. You can text to give, which is 937-595-0142. You can go to our website, which is www.cslgd.org. And if you're watching on Facebook, please select the donate button, and they'll give you an opportunity to donate there. And then there's another little program we have, which is really special that can support us, can give you a chance to do a little bit of additional giving without even spending any money, at least not to us. And that's a corporate marathon market programs, which they won't give us money for as much as you spend with them. And I think that's pretty darn amazing. So let's go ahead and say our do you have the slide here? There it is. Okay. Let's go ahead and say this together. Abundance is mine. I cannot be deprived of my supply. The trees do not lack for leaves, nor do the flowers fail to bloom. I embrace my supply and celebrate the abundance that is mine. Yes, so we just give thanks for this giving. Just know that this is the abundance of God manifesting in our lives here, manifesting in the affairs of our center. Just know that this giving blesses both the giver and the one receiving, that not only is it blessing our center, but also those who are contributing. That your gift will be returned in many amazing ways. So I just give thanks. Release it, and so it is. Thank you. Amen. Amen. So it is.
Songs, right? I don't think there's no more. Except at the end. Okay, here we are. All right. Wow, we're way over. Okay, I'm just going to make this very quick. If there's anyone here for the very first time, just please know that, oh, good, yay, welcome. We're so happy you're here with us. Thank you so much. There is a welcome packet.
Here from our morning.
That's awesome, yay, good. I'm glad you're sharing your time with us. That's awesome. And also, if you're on, Facebook Live as well, just to know that you can go to our website and get information there. And then if you need prayer, I can't today. I have family coming in, so wow, I gotta get there. But anyway, but Andy, Michael, Beck, okay, all can do magnificent prayers. Otherwise, let's get right to our affirmation then, okay? Let's say this together, please. In union with the divine and in community, I am changing the world for the good. I know it, I treat for it, and I take action to create it. Thank you so much, and Beth, take it away. Have a good week.
Let's stand up and celebrate. Let's open our hearts with one love. We had some awesome experiences together today. It was